What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today is the 13th of April and I am presenting you the first full garden tour of the spring season. I live here in Central Ohio, Zone 6A for those who are interested, and it is gorgeous outside. I don't see any fear of frost in the next upcoming week, so I'm really hopeful that we are looking up, and hopefully this just isn't a false spring. But I wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what the garden is looking like today. That way we can grow along this year on this journey to hopefully a very abundant garden, unlike last year. So without further ado, let's hop into it. All right, let's start with looking at what is hardening off here in this miniature greenhouse. I really wish that I had a second one of these because I have plenty other things that also need to come out, but for right now, this is what I got going on out here. We have all of our tomato plants are hardening off. They seem to be doing really well in here, so I'm happy to see. And then also we have our Dollar Tree experimental garden stuff hardening out here as well, and soon enough we will be putting that together. All right, now taking a look over here in Soul's garden, we have a lot of things popping up. We have some radishes here that she and I sowed. You can see that they are scattered all over the place because there have been a ton of squirrels, I don't know, looking for nuts that ain't in here, but that's going on. And then, ooh, if you look closely, we have some carrot seeds popping up as well. Now I can't even front, I did not believe that the carrot seeds were going to make it through because again the squirrels have been kicking all up and through here, but apparently the seeds were secure, so good for me. All right, and actually I don't think that I shared this with you guys. I decided to stick a Oya in here because I find that this soil is like, it's not retaining water really well, so I wanted to make sure that I had something that was going to keep moisture flowing through this bed. And since everything else is kind of separate, I don't think that I could get the drip tape ran over here as well. But that is what this little contraption is, and basically you can just put water in there, which is probably needing to be refilled, and then the terracotta is porous, so the water just kind of seeps out from the belly and the soil just draws up as much water as it needs. So I do need to refill this. Recently I went on ahead and transplanted out some lettuces. They look very pathetic right now, but I'm hopeful that they will spring back up and be lush and hopefully ready to harvest really soon. And then on this end here, we have all of those onions that I just multi-sowed in here. Everybody's springing up, looking good, so I'm really happy to see that as well. All right, moving our way down here in our blueberry bed, we have some budding happening. I think I'm going to decide, now that these are in ground, I'm not going to prune these anymore. And I'm just going to see how they do because I've never had an abundance of blueberries from either one of these plants. So I'm just going to leave them alone for the next couple years, see what happens, and hopefully we'll get a better blueberry harvest. But yeah, they're looking good. This guy also has some buds as well. Y'all, it is hot. It's all hell out here. I'm underestimating just how hot it is. It's actually 76. The high today is supposed to be 80, which is just like mind-blowing that that's even the case. But I'm hot. My little t-shirt, I thought that it was going to be just enough, but I need a tank top on right now. I don't know. right, so let's move over here to our main gardening area. We'll start with the green stalks, and then we'll work on the other containers that we have over here, and then we'll talk about what's going on in the beds. So my goal this year was to put all of my greens and herbs in each one of those guys, and for the most part everybody is in here. So up top we have some chervil, we got some Swiss chard, this here is tarragon, and then we have a couple of clumps of lettuce, and we have some strawberries here that we transplanted out, and this is dill. Eventually I plan to put a lot more in here, but first I just wanted to start with this first wave, see how it fills out, and then I might pop in some nasturtium as well, just for like dramatic effect. But so far I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming along. All right, and for this guy, this one had the more established herb plants. So we have some lettuce in there, oregano, some thyme, parsley, and then I put more clumps of lettuce, and then the 2 strawberry transplants here, and eventually, oh, this is marjoram? Yeah, I believe that's marjoram. Now this one is a lot more, or a lot less full, but like I said, I want to see how things fill out. Eventually there will be a lot more herbs in here, and hopefully some more flowers. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I love how, you know, how full these herbs are looking. That gave me like some instant gratification, if you know what I mean. Yeah. All right, we will just start here and work our way around in that manner. So you guys did see the pansies getting planted. These garlics on each side of these beds, I plan to harvest these as like spring garlic, so eventually these will not be here. I plan to put like some dramatic flowers of some sort here. So for right now, those are looking absolutely amazing. And then right behind those, we have our onions, which have all popped up, bounced up. They look very happy, healthy. I love just how, you know, organized they are looking in this bed using the square, what is it called? Using the square foot method. I mapped this out, and I really like the look of how uniformed it is, and I feel like I've been able to pack in a lot more versus me just trying to, like, you know, wing it by hand. I think it looks absolutely amazing, and this is pretty much, you know, duplicated over here, so there's really not too much difference in between these 2 beds, minus this bed probably just has more things, which we'll get to. So the onions here, and then the cabbages, which these were the, ooh, I forget, I don't know, I'll have to go back and look at that video, and I will tell you guys on the screen what kind of cabbages these are, but they all look pretty happy and healthy. So just 3 of those, and then these guys are the mystery greens that I had winter sown. 2 of them look to be, I want to say those 2 look more like collards to me, and then this one is definitely a mustard because I tasted that one. It's mustard. It's giving mustard. All right, and then over here, more of the same onions, looking good. And then the cabbages, these are red acre cabbages, looking pretty good. This is actually this is a collard from the fall, which actually is about to begin to flower, which I'm going to let it, since there's nothing else going in this place right now. It will just bring in some pollinators, which we all appreciate. And then of course my beloved sage. This guy has been in here ever since I put these beds in, so sad to say this might end up having to go because it's kind of it hogs up this entire corner, and I feel like this can be filled out with more, you know, sustenance. But we'll just see what happens. I really like it here. It's a good, like, you know, nice soft place to land your eye on. That's just not all over the place. But yeah. And then this guy is a lavender plant, which these two have been here, like I said, ever since I installed these raised beds. And then we have some more greens. So these are the red Russian kales. We have 4 of those, which sprung back from the fall. This one is the lacinato kale. I'm shocked that this made a comeback because, I mean, it looks quite pathetic, but she hanging in there. And then over there, let's go. The rhubarb is looking amazing, you guys. I transplanted this guy over here from being in ground by my deck, like not last year but the year before, and it hasn't gotten like very large yet, but I'm hopeful that this year, like, I'll be able to actually harvest something from this plant here. And if not, whatever, it's beautiful, it's fine. I'll let it continue doing its thing. Of course, we planted these bags up together, and these are the potato bags, which in here, looky, we got some action. So that is extremely exciting. I actually put 3 seeds in each one of these bags. So to see 2 out of the 3 in here so far doing good. Very good. Nice. It's hot as hell out here, y'all. I should have brought some water with me because, oh Jesus, I wasn't ready. All right, let's go on ahead and pull up on this bed back here. Here, all of my bok choys are looking amazing. Sadly, some of them are already beginning to go to seed, which makes me sad because I have not harvested anything off of this little patch. But I am going to go on ahead and re-sow some more. That way, hopefully I can put them in an area that gets a little bit more shade. Like I said, it warmed up really quick, so I kind of expect this sort of thing to happen. In this little area here, we have where we sowed more carrots. Nothing happening here yet. These guys are still holding on, so that makes me happy. And then these 2 Napa cabbages are looking absolutely amazing. And then recently I sowed all of these beets in here, also using the square foot method. I really want to get into like more high intensity growing, just because I'm limited on space, and yeah, I want more food. So there's that. Sadly, my little celeries, they're not doing much of anything, which kind of makes me sad. But on a brighter note, my leeks are doing the dang thing. They look amazing. They have all like really started to get really sturdy, getting a little bit of thickness on them. So that makes me very happy, even though my celery situation was a bust. All right, and back here on this corner, I still have this comfrey plant, which is dry as all hell, and I almost never water this thing, but you can see they don't even care. They're like, it's fine, we got it, don't worry about us. So I don't. All right, and back here in our garlic bed, we got some new stuff over here as well. I went on ahead and transplanted some beets over here as well. And then I have this one single kohlrabi that survived the cold and neglect that I put it through. So I just went on ahead and put her in here for, you know, what the heck's sake type thing. So that is doing really well. This patch of chamomile is doing really well. I'm thinking about splitting this up though, because it is so thickly sown. Last year the flowers weren't even able to grow up on their own. They were just kind of like flopped over into the bed. So I'm thinking about splitting that in half and maybe popping like maybe a little bit more on that corner over there. But of course, the garlic is doing the dang thing. Looks absolutely amazing. I did go on ahead and fertilize this. It's really good to fertilize your garlic with a nitrogen-rich fertilizer in the early spring. That way, as those green springs, or those spring greens, them green springs, I don't know, child, as they're beginning to like create more foliage. they have like enough energy to continue doing so. And then later on in the summer I will hit them with like, what is it called, the like bone meal, which is like rich in phosphorus, which helps develop bulbing, which is what we need for garlic. So yeah, that's my little spiel. All right, and moving our way down, I am so happy to see that my sweet peas have survived getting nubbed on by whoever was getting a grub on down here. So I have sweet peas starting to sprout, which, yeah, I don't feel like they won't really make it to its full glory, because I really want to put my cucumbers on this trellis here like I have done in previous years. Last year when I put my cucumbers in a different place, they did not do well at all. I know in this place they do awesome. I think that they get the adequate amount of sunlight or something. I don't know what it is about this spot, but it works really well. So I might end up, I don't know yet. We're gonna just have to see what happens, but that's kind of what I'm like going through in my mind. Like, am I even gonna get to have a spring pea? I don't know. It might be getting too hot too soon anyways, and if that's the case, I won't even be mad, because at least I'll have cucumbers this year. All right, you guys, that is going to wrap up this year's first spring garden tour. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Definitely make sure that you subscribe if you want to continue to see everything that I'm going to have growing on out here. I am so excited for this season, because I just have a feeling that it's going to be a good one. So if you guys would like to join me, please do go on ahead and subscribe. Stay tuned, because there will be a lot of content filmed in the upcoming weeks, because the weather is looking up, and that means that I'm a lot more motivated to come on here and say what's up. So I thank you all so much for stopping by. I wish you health, wealth, and prosperity, and until the next time, peace.